Hello guys, welcome back once again. I'm going to do a reading today about KQ Entertainment, that it's IT's company and IT's members to see their dynamic. Um, because today I came across a video of them arriving at the airport and I noticed the lack of security guards, and I found it that since we are in the pandemic that it was a bit dangerous. So I wanted to see exactly how the dynamic works with the company, especially because since 80s popularity is rising, it's a bit uncomfortable to see that they only had like one or two security people. So I think that it's a bit it's a bit of a concern actually. More because I saw these people like coming to them with their cameras on their faces. So I think that in a pandemic and nor ever, they shouldn't be letting that happen. Nevertheless, let's start. I tried to find information about the CEO, but actually I couldn't see anything. I just found like a name, but not a picture, not anything. But actually, I wasn't looking very like intensely because I want to guide myself through in intuition and let the tarot guide me. So let's start with the side of the company that is going to be placed on the left and 80s members on the right. So the company got the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So definitely there are two main characters. There are two, I believe that there are two CEOs. But one of them is the image, or maybe the member that is most visible, or probably the one that if he has to attend to some kind of meeting, or if he has to be present in some kind of public events, probably he is the one that goes and represents the company, because I have the feeling that he is more extrovert, and he is very good with socializing, and he probably has like a more like vibrant and outgoing personality, and he's very passionate. And so I think that he definitely is good for actually going out there and showing himself, because he has like this strong presence of leadership. And the other one, I think that it's more probably is someone that knows about laws, probably is someone that is very smart actually, that is very intelligent and very well educated, very knowledgeable, and also that is really good with words, and that he knows the law, and he knows everything about communications and stuff. So they make like this interesting duo, because I believe that they are like they complement each other, because in the sense that they are very different, but at the same time their different personalities and their different characters actually like make a solid union, in the sense that each one of them can like apport or can bring different points of view that maybe the other wouldn't be able to think about, because I have the feeling that maybe the first one is more extrovert, and is more he leans more towards action and actually executing, for example, actions, and taking and for him it's really important to make things happen, and to come out with a plan. And the other is more about organizing things, and actually like revising things, and probably reading a lot of documents, and like learning a lot, and being very like detailed about that. So, and with the Seven of Swords here, I have the feeling that they at the beginning that they weren't very crystal clear about their intentions with the group. Um, I don't know actually how Ateez came together, how the group was formed. Actually, I have no idea. Um, but there's something about them actually like being like trying to get the boys to sign like really fast, like now or never, like it's like they saw the potential and they were like, we have to sign them. So they were like, I don't know, like getting the contract ready within seconds, like being really fast with actually like being like to the boys, being like, you need to sign with us. And I think that if they got the chance to be the company of this group, is because they were the fastest. And I believe that somehow they they want someone. It's like they took the opportunity from other company. It's like they were really competitive in that sense. They were quick reactors and they were quick to react. So it's like they took the opportunities for other companies actually to sign the voice. I think they were a bit sneaky about it. Probably there are some aspects in the contract that are not very beneficial for the boys, but I have the feeling that they were definitely very fast when it came to their it was like it hit them like a second, like this huge like realization, or this huge eureka moment, this insight, or this moment of a huge insight, when you are like, we have to get them, or we have to get them signed with us, or they could potentially be good for us, so we need to get them for ourselves, something like that. So I don't know if maybe there were other companies like that they were interested in the voice. I don't know if actually they work together, potentially, or they just came like one member after other member and after other. But there was something like they saw the potential of the group, that, or the group, or maybe a few members, that they were like, we need to sign them right now, something like this. Like, and I believe that this is something that didn't happen to them in a while. I don't think that they have like a lot of artists, and if they have artists in their company, I don't think they pay a lot of attention to their artists. um or maybe it's like, I don't know why I have the feeling that they have them like forgotten. So these artists, somehow, yes, they are under their management, but they just do what they do. I mean, they just work independently, and they just report to the agency, like to the company, every once in a while. But I don't see them like actually paying attention to them, uh, to the groups. And there's something about them that actually maybe someone can help me, but I have the feeling that they don't have like some kind of experience when it comes to music. I think that these are two people that actually are businessmen, and that they are really good with doing business, and they thought that it was a good idea to create like this entertainment company. But I don't think that they know much, I mean, themselves, their personalities. I don't think they are very involved when it comes to music. Probably they are very knowledgeable when it comes to the visual side of the entertainment. I don't know, like modeling, or advertising, or promotion by images. But I don't see them like music wise of being really like experienced themselves. So I don't know what's that, because I see them like really, like they have the money, they have the will to do something with that money. But I don't think they are very strategic when it comes to promoting music groups. There's something about that it's a bit weird. uh, but they do have the money. Sometimes I have the feeling that when it comes to the boys, or to ITs, especially at the beginning, they did lie to the boys a bit, especially about their income, and about what they could do potentially for the boys. I think that they somehow didn't provide for the boys that much money or some kind of promotion, because I have the feeling that some part of them were actually very hesitant about whether the boys would make it or not. They were like, okay, let's try with this group. Let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can bring. But if they don't make a hit, I don't know, the first 2 years or the first 12 months or the first 1 year after they debut, we just it's like they would just let them go, or they would just like, like put them in the dungeon, like yes, you are with us, you signed with us, but we don't know you, something like that. um, because I have the feeling that they are not very good at communicating, especially when it comes to human interaction. Sometimes I emphasize this so much, and I don't know if maybe this is something very normal in companies of today, because they are lacking the human component of building a good group. I think that I'm not a fan of companies because or of CEOs. I understand that they make money and that their whole goal is to make money. So they are not good CEOs or bad CEOs. They are all here to make money out of the boys. But there's something about, for example, Bumpy D, BTS manager, but BTS CEO, I'm sorry, that he is independently. When I read for him, he's definitely a very emotional man. He's someone that knows a lot about psychology. He knows a lot of he reads a lot. He's very self-reflective. He is very interested in the human soul, so he encouraged the guys to do some soul searching, to connect with themselves and their true feelings. So I think that when it comes to these other CEOs, I see them in this really high pedestal, of them actually being the ones that are in power, of course, because if you're a CEO, you do have power, of course, but there's no inner growth, there's no profundity, there's no deepness in their characters. They're just these people with money that they just want to make more money. So I think that they do not have either. They don't even have, like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, some kind of manager, or someone that is actually capable of being like, oh yes, maybe we need to talk to them, maybe we need to get to know them, maybe we need to listen to them. What are their aspirations? What are the motivations? Because they are not robots; they are people. So um, I don't think there's any emotional connection, and this is why I think that sometimes maybe having like more CEOs, female CEOs, would be like a great change for the industry, because there's some kind of narrowness here, like these very like empty heads, like they just want the money and they don't care how they produce it. So and there's this very selfish mode, like, oh, you have to work for me because I'm paying for everything that you are doing. So I don't think that actually a leader should lead their people that way, with that message, especially considering that they have and they deal with such a young trainees, that they are really young, and they also have a lot of illusions of themselves, but they are young people. So you need to be careful about how you express yourself towards them, because they are young, they are very young. So when it comes to ATs and how they view this CEO or the company, they got the Nine of Wands, the Emperor, and the and they got the Knight of Pentacles. So I have the feeling that they were aware that at the beginning they were working extra hard, and that there was something about the treatment that they knew that they had to prove themselves, that they had to work really extra hard in order to stand out or in order to be considered good. Um, but I think that they did it from the beginning because they knew they could do it, because they knew that they have this strong passion and desire inside of them. 80s is a group that it's a very passionate group. The energy I was seeing that the energy of the time that they started, that they debuted, it was in Scorpio season. So, and some of them do have a strong Scorpio energy um and influence. So they definitely, with their performances, whether you agree, if you like the way they sing, or if you don't like the song, wherever, you can make any comment and any critique at their music, or maybe at their style of dancing and performing, but you cannot deny that they definitely bring the energy. They definitely bring the passion wherever and whenever they are. They just don't stop. And I think that at the beginning, they did feel a bit used. Yes, they did feel a bit of manipulation, and they did feel overworked. But they just had a lot of desire inside of them, so they just took it. They just took the chance. But I think that what they are coming to realization at the day of today, I think that this is a group that they have a lot of confidence in themselves. I think that they know their value, they know that they're good, they know that they know where they stand. They know that they are not from a company that actually pays a lot of attention to them, or probably that is not the one that is maybe from a famous company, but they just made themselves. I think that these boys literally they made themselves. They came up with some ideas for themselves. It's like their facial expressions, their stage presence, everything. They brought it with themselves. From the day one. It's not that the company trained them to be that way. They brought that with them. They brought that style of work. So I think that they are now coming to a moment where they are feeling really proud of themselves, and also of the opportunities that they're getting. I think that nevertheless they feel like they need to work more and perfectionate more. They don't feel like they are perfect. They think that there are still a lot of things that they need to work on, and that probably these things and these efforts are going to take a while. But they are willing to put in the effort like they always do. But actually I don't see them like actually expecting something from the company. Actually I see them like them trying to make things happen for themselves. And I see them like, just like I saw Stray Kids, they are supporting each other. um, and they also, I think that this is why some members are starting also to go into acting and doing individual activities, because they want to gain more money. They want to make more money for the members, and for the company also they want to make more money. But they realize that they need to take one step at a time. I think that this is very important. This is something that I always mention this, and I always worry about 80s, because since they are so passionate, sometimes I worry about that passion running out. And not because they just can get bored, or they just can like disappear. It's just that you need to, the fire inside of you, or the motivation, or the passion, or the strong, the intensity, you have to be able to somehow manage it. to not, you have to be able to also save a bit of energy, not to give your all, because it's like you are putting yourself in a place of too much risk, of what happens if something goes wrong. And I think that the same happens to maybe football players or some other athletes, or some like sports people, that they tend to be very competitive. um, I think that the more competitive they are, the more reckless you can be. Sometimes they push themselves to extreme where you worry about them, because you are like, oh my God, you are human. I don't want you to get hurt, or I don't want you to like be potentially involved in some kind of accident, because you are human, you can get hurt. So I wish for them to slow down a bit, and I think that they are starting to do that. I think that they are starting to become more aware, especially because of these competitions that they are doing. um, it's just that they know that they can bring it, they know that they can achieve so much. So for them, they would do not want to slow down, but they also need to save energy, because it's like after this competition is over, they will have to continue working. So they need to know how to administrate their energy better, to know when to put the best act, and actually then live like maybe an average kind of act for maybe someone that pays less. Like it's all about money. So definitely they need to be a bit more assertive and a bit more strategic when it comes to this. um so when it comes to the overall about the energy between the company, and then we have the Hermit, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So yes, I think that there's definitely, after Kingdom is over, they are going to go through a period of actually some of them are going to reunite with the company, and probably they will go about changing a few things about their contract, or maybe like making some strong requests about some things that they wish that the company could make happen for them, because I believe that they also are very ambitious. So, and they want to do more, they want to like um they want to see more possibilities. They want to, I think that they are getting a lot of propositions like individually. So but they are very aware that they are a team. And somehow, because I see this page of once here, and it reminds me of fire energy, and it reminds me of Mingi. So there's, I don't know what is it with these members that are absent, that are coming out in the overall energy. But I think that there's something about me, about the uncertainty of whether Mingi is going to come back or not. That it's also maybe they are going to take a bit of a break, because they are waiting for Mingi actually, or at least they are waiting to see what's going to happen to Mingi, whether it's Mingi coming back or not, because it's like somehow they need to restructure themselves. They want to come back with a strong foundation for themselves. They cannot stand the uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen to Mingi. Um, and I think that um, because they are really putting the effort, but at the same time, they just want to know. They cannot stand the absence. And it's not just because Mingi plays like a role. It's just that they miss him, and they want to know, is Mingi also, I mean, is Mingi still part of the group or not? There's something like that they definitely, and I think that it's not only them. I think that also the company wants also like to clarify that. Because actually not knowing is what makes them feel unstable, because But when it comes to mental stress and all this anxiety and stuff in the idols, like I said, when we're talking about mental states, you cannot predict if they're going to get better soon or not. There's not like an estimated timeline where you can be, oh yes, in 2 weeks he's going to be better, and or in 2 weeks he's going to start. Like there's no uncertainties there, so we have to be respectful also to Lily's energy. But I think that there's he is there, obviously he is like in everyone's mind. So I think that after they go through this break, they will probably be able to talk a bit with the company and to talk to Mingy and actually to see exactly how they are going to come back, because I think, like I said, this show is giving them a lot of popularity and exposure, so they need to be ready. They need to be ready for the promotions. They need to be ready for the new opportunities that are coming, and they need to take it. They need to make the decision. I'm not saying now, but probably very soon. So, and the last card that I took from for them, that it's from an oracle, that is the energy oracle. I got the card of call of the muse. So definitely there's something about 80s that also makes them different. Is that no matter what they go through, or what they are experiencing, or their hardships and stuff, everything is inspiration. So if they want to transform themselves into a different and better version, they definitely can learn a lot from this process that they are going through. That there's nothing to be regretful or remorseful or resentment over, because actually everything that they are going through is teaching them a lesson, a very valuable one, when it comes to their own values. This is why I'm seeing them today in this in this state of them feeling like the emperor, because I feel like they feel really in power when it comes to what they can accomplish for themselves. So I think that everything that is happening, every little obstacle, or maybe every hardships, and everything that has happened, it's for a reason, and they are becoming stronger because of this, and they are doing it for themselves and by themselves. So I think that this is amazing, and they need to take it as a learning process, because they are going to be really successful. But actually, like I said, I don't see the company actually mistreating them, or actually, but I see them like they didn't have faith actually in the group, in just to start. They actually didn't have faith in the group. They just took the chance. They just took it because it was like a kind of intuition that they got like something that they were like, we have to get this group, but they didn't know what to do with them afterwards. So I think that now that the group is more popular, they are starting going to get a bit more strategic about what it means to actually support a group that is popular, because I think that fans also need to request this company to do their job better. So I'm going to leave it, guys, here. Thank you so much for your request. Thank you so much for always watching the videos, and for being respectful, and for always like being there for me to take these moments to listen to my interpretations. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.